have to get a new chair eventually. Okay, this is a Matrix simulation. Gotta play around with this a little bit for a while longer, maybe a week, we'll see. Yeah, with Los Angeles simulation kind of falling apart, kind of. At least, I mean, it's mostly just houses, not people on fire, so that's the bright side of it. It's just a bunch of rich people, so dealing with their shit. Yeah, and it's funny how the insurance is just not, well, that's anywhere, right? If you have flood insurance, they don't give a shit. So, same thing with fire insurance, so, yeah. They'll be fighting each other forever. Well, just that timeline is dead. At least partial Hollywood timeline is dead for what? It's like it was holding us back. Wherever the hell we're going, I guess we're going to get Greenland. I guess he's going to buy. I mean, isn't the country like in debt and all that? He's going to buy Greenland. It's like, which I think he should, because if you're in debt, just get more in debt. Who cares? Yeah. So that's the way to go. That's the American way. And it's a good. It makes Isn't the country still rich? I mean, it's like trillions of dollars in debt, so it's still rich, though, isn't it? Kind of. Maybe not. Maybe it's debt rich. Whatever. Fuck, we're gonna do it for Gary. I mean, what does he know that we don't know? If he buys Canada, and I hope he buys Mexico, see, it might as well. Maybe make it safer. Maybe not. You never know. Well, if they buy Mexico and just kind of kill a lot of the laws and stuff, it's like, well, they don't really come to the U.S. anymore. What the hell for? Just put a bunch of McDonald's up there and kill everybody. Kill everybody with fast food. I guess it's already over there already. We'll just increase it. So, put a bunch of KFCs everywhere. I mean, people will be dying of diabetes in no time. Like they're doing here. Fuck, man. Yeah. Welcome to the U.S. Yeah. Jeez. Isn't that true, though? When they move the fast food stuff in, diabetes, like, skyrockets. So, maybe they just need more of that. More fast food places in Mexico to take them down. The fast food invasion. Well, it's doing pretty good with the U.S. The U.S. is all screwed up. So, for many different reasons. Alright, Simon.com, we have private sessions. Scheduler. Shop here. I don't know why I got that. Yeah, I guess I don't know where this is coming from. Some of these channeling groups. I guess they like a church group. Yep, and the SSP stuff's the same way too. Some of those groups look like just it's like church with SSP aliens. That's all. It's Sunday school with aliens. That's all. That's the cool aliens, of course. They're the ones torturing people and all that. So we have to live on the edge. It's like Sunday school hippies with the alien touch. Things never change here. They just don't. I mean, it kind of changes, but it's more of the same. So, the Matrix. I guess there's Arcturian energy can tap into that. Of course, there's different energies for that. I don't know what's going on in the world. Nothing other than California being a barbecue. Yeah, if I want to get, if we had more fires, I don't have to worry about wearing a jacket anymore. So that's good in that regard. You know, um, I'll just keep more with the fire burning everything down. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, all right, we're going to some of the Matrix. Got some other Earth energy to tap into with that, and then go on from there. And yeah, so that's all I got right now. So, blessings. Here we go. Greetings. This is Mother Earth. Your planet has a lot of Saturn energies. And say a lot of what your world is going through is the school of Saturn. Of just, you make your bed, you have to deal with it. You have to deal with a lot of your internal problems. So it says there's Mars. Mars is external. Saturn is internal. With yeah, it's not perfect. It brings out the dark side, maybe too much of it. Of course, yeah, you have your demonic realms, but your Saturn is just it's kind of pulling all this madness out of yourself, and to look at it and forgive, if you wish, but also what can you build off of your darkness. Just basically soul building on so many different levels that you can't. Now all of it can be, much of it cannot be mentioned here, but your soul is being re-engineered now. If you want to evolve, you can evolve. Many are some, even those that are evolving slowly. Some are exactly feel like they're evolving. They're actually evolving backwards. Well, because they're giving their power away too easily. But I feel like I'm connected to this galactic person that thinks they know everything. And so they easily, that's why you see these huge numbers online, because they just give their power away. It's like, look, we're being enlightened when they actually aren't doing anything within themselves. They think they are, but they're actually having the energy siphoned from themselves and not even realizing it. Now, some are growing, of course, but many are not. It's like the hypnotism, you can say. But your matrix realm. Now, why is Saturn here? Well, you say it needed it. Well, because your ancient times, Atlanteans and so on, could not handle this Earth's environment. So as you were losing your ability, because you can have your abilities and handle all of this, can you keep your frequency high? Obviously, they could not do that, and so they kind of made a an agreement within themselves that they're being smart by going into the third dimension, which is fine. It's being brought this world to be more physical. Of course, now they're kind of trapped here. Well, it's like when you lose and you lose, you fail at so many tests and you're kind of trying to, pull yourself out of it to improve, but every time I think they're pulling themselves out, to go back to the times we can connect easier and the world's a lot lighter and it's just easier to use your abilities. But they keep going backwards here. As you can see, it's not as easy as it sounds. Well, because the souls that incarnate here just bring all their problems here. It's kind of caking it on by layers, where it's hard to breathe. It's hard to go anywhere. As you can see, it's even hard to think clearly. It's like the souls incarnate here. It's kind of like they're bringing all their dirty clothes to wash, but the washing machine there's only just so much you can do, and there's conflict within it. It's just another way of looking at it. You are in the wash. It's not a wash, but it's your simulation machine. So flush out to rule out what you're dealing with. Of course, many are difficult to clean. You can't get those stains out of that energy field. So they, get stuck here, and so there's a lot of moldy souls that are here, and so on. And they act like mold or parasitic mold because they try to. Well, they don't. They get like they don't want to evolve. They live in their world of pain, and just pull others into it like a black hole. Many families do that. That's where the hive mind comes through. Your family of like 4 can be a hive mind, or a family of 3, whatever it might be, to control others, and just because they don't want to evolve, they want to just think they know everything instead. So there's a lot of that. But that's their choice. And you can move around it. Because some of them are literally energetically stuck here. If you haven't noticed that, doesn't mean you have to focus on it, because who wants to? It's kind of like having plaque. Yeah, plaque, like plaque, the bad plaque, like stuck to your teeth, things like that. Many souls can turn into that and just get stuck here. And their minds kind of just dwindle into the past and the failures and just keep self-sabotaging and so on. But yes, it's something they have to go through. You want to evolve, you will find. Of course, some need to fall before they can fly. And I'll go into all the details of that. There's other energies that wanted to come in here, but the Saturn basically is just to go deeper into yourself, and that's one of the reasons for the chaotic energies. So you can't have the higher frequencies yet. You still have to do it yourselves. It's like, what about all this other crap you got to deal with first before you can go out and play? You have to do your inner studies. Of course, many aren't really gay. Some haven't even got to chapter 1 or the first page, and delaying it and ignoring it and so on. So, blessings. Grease you. This is your matrix reality. The world is learning from you also. And yes, many are blockages here. That's why the physical is so difficult, because the inner self doesn't feel like it can do anything. It feels it's meaningless. It doesn't mean, many individual souls feel like they're just not here to evolve. Like they just don't think anything of themselves. So they sit there stagnant, become an NPC, whatever it might be, and just sit there. And now you're here to navigate through all of that, the best of your ability. And yeah, some of you feel like if you have, like, not everybody's here. I mean, yes, there's a time in your life where you have to do the hard work, like physical stuff. But then there's a time where you're doing the hard work, but it's on a mental level. Like, your 3D job situations. Like, some are stuck in their 3D job. Because they're not quite at the level of connecting to themselves on a spiritual path just yet. So they'll have to move those bricks. But it's still something. I mean, not everyone's there to just have clarity. Some just need the hardships of reality. Not to say, maybe you don't have hardships of reality. You're doing the hardships of everyone else. I mean, you might have made things simpler for yourself, but dealing with everybody else's stuff is a whole other story. So you might have inner peace with yourself, obviously doing others that don't have inner peace. And just, here's our problems, and just dump it into your lap, because even if you're not looking for it, I think some of you understand where we're getting at. It's like, not to say you're perfect or anything like that, and you have it all figured out. No, it's just, you don't have to, the third dimensional issues, you're just kind of just disconnected from a lot of it. but you still can't avoid other. Well, also you get to a soul level where you do assist those that are difficult and help them through their lives. Not that you have to take on their karma. It might seem that way, but really you're just helping them come out of the woods of their own misery, of their own nightmare that they created for themselves. And you have to create your own reality, especially when you put yourself in a jail cell. And many do that. The inner jail, the inner conflict, and so on. Not that you're here to free them. You have to free themselves. Ways to assist with their parole. Let's put it that way, while they're in jail. Inner jail. And you might feel like you're in inner jail too, because you're doing all the motions and things like that. Well, these are souls that are your relatives from other incarnations or whatever it might be. And so, but part of this is for souls not to get trapped here, because some do. Well, because they get trapped into their guilt, their misery, and their hell, and they can't get out of it. And on their deathbed, they still hate themselves, so they get kind of tricked into staying here, because they don't think anything of themselves. So they keep coming back over and over, and some just don't understand that, but it's true. You might not want to think too deeply into that, but it's true. You might not be in that situation, but it does happen here. Some just don't want to believe it. So, what's this?